Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2, and this is not just a game, it is a game for StarLadder Season 5, the first game of the season, and we will see 3D Clan, or otherwise known or formerly known I should say as Ice Climbers, so Dread's team, as most people will know that, taking on eL'Pride. eL'Pride of course now without Vigos, as he has stepped down from being in their team, but with A-Dash, who is going to be their stand-in replacement until they have found a permanent replacement. But 3D Clan versus eL'Pride, StarLadder Season 5. And we'll see one game between these two teams because it is all best out of one. It is group stages for StarLadder, as you are used to. So it's everybody plays each other once. You get a point, or sorry, you get 3 points for each win that you get. And if you lose, you don't get any points at all. And at the end of the season, the top 4 will be going on to the LAN finals in Kiev. And we'll duke it out in a double elimination bracket with best out of 3s only. But these two have a long way to go. Actually, every team has a long way to go because these two teams are actually going to be ahead after this game, or at least one of them is. Okay, enough rambling. They are going through these picks so fast, and I'm so sad to see Silencer banned out as the first ban. 3D Clan doesn't want to be fighting against him. He's the Keeper of Light, Silencer, Anti-Mage, and Rubik being banned out, which is interesting because Anti-Mage and Rubik, normally heroes that we don't really see banned out all the time. And Nyx Assassin, Batrider normally are in that role, or the Wisp. But it is an Anti-Mage and a Rubik. Interesting to see. Nyx Assassin, Batrider, and Phantom Lancer picked up by 3D Clan, already looking very strong in their lineup, I believe. And Shadow Demon, Lifestealer, and Enchantress picked up by eL'Pride. Now Shadow Demon, of course, a hero that is known to, it's not really a counter, but it's known to semi-counter the Phantom Lancer. It's like you can copy his illusions, they create more illusions with those copies, or you can copy himself and, you know, with those illusions, with the disruption, you can create your own illusions, get your own Phantom Lancer army, so it's really nice. But it's also, it's
10 seconds remaining.
It can be nicer. Let's put it that way. But then you have Lifestealer, and that's the one that you want to have after that. Rage on and just eat that guy up, and you should be able to take him down fairly fast if you are able to know which one is the right one, of course. Enchantress being picked up by eL'Pride as well, so that shows some early game aggression already, and they have so far claimed like 2 of their lanes. Now we have seen Lifestealer solo short lane before. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to run it, but for now I'm expecting Shadow Demon to be together with the Lifestealer and Enchantress in the jungle, so they need 2 solo lanes still, which means that 3D Clan is going to have a fairly decent time in banning out heroes, and you see them already banning out the Queen of Pain and the Darkseer, so 2 heroes known for their very strong solo lanes. I'm quite surprised Darkseer made it through to the second banning phase, but it looks like these 2 teams, or at least eL'Pride, they know what they want, they know what they didn't want to fight against.
10
Anti-Mage
seconds
and Rubik.
remaining.
And apparently they don't seem to care that much about what the opponent team is gonna run, but they seem to know what they want, so they're probably also prepared for having those 2 heroes being banned out. As they ban out the Bane for themselves, of course that's a hero that's very great against the Lifestealer, and they just want to make sure that when Lifestealer is raging, he can just continue raging and doing Lifestealer stuff and kill off the opponent team. It's gonna be the Tinker that gets banned out as well. There's the Brewmaster by 3D Clan. I mean, so far Nyx Assassin, Batrider, Phantom Lancer, we've seen them all before. We've seen Batrider solo mid. We've seen actually Nyx Assassin also solo mid. But what we can expect so far is Batrider mid solo, Phantom Lancer and Nyx Assassin together on a lane, with the Nyx Assassin being their support. Being his support, I should say, because so far it's only 1 hero there. And so they also need a solo laning hero. And, well, depending on what they want to do, if they want to go for a tri-lane or for a jungle hero, one of those 2. And so far, I mean, they know that there's a jungle hero on the side of eL'Pride. So that means that they already know that their opponent's going to get some extra farm in that jungle. So they might want to pick up something like either a Chen or an Enigma. Personally, I prefer the Enigma just because he is a bit, well, he farms faster in the jungle. And you know, as a caster, I mean, who doesn't like black holes? Right? Right. So, it's a Puck that they pick up as their solo off lane, even though they can switch it around. Batrider and Puck, both heroes that can be solo off lane or mid lane, even short lane. Whatever they want to do, if they want to go for an aggressive tri-lane, still possible as well. So they keep a lot of options open. Magnus at least being banned out, so eL'Pride does not want to have that strong team fight, as well as, of course, Magnus, again, a hero that is strong against the Lifestealer. because that reverse polarity just goes through the rage of the Lifestealer, and they don't want to have that. And it's an Omni Knight, so I do think they really were knowing what they wanted to do, because Omni Knight being picked up, and I think kind of thrown 3D Clan a bit off their game for now, because Omni Knight, we've seen Omni Knight before. We've seen him together together with Pudges, if people are going for a bit of a trolling lineup. We've seen them going, or him going together with, or on solo off lanes actually, done by EG, of course, Demon playing Omni Knight solo long lane. And actually, we've seen him played by Redefining Madness, so XMTW, where Sinner actually tried to go for an Omni Knight mid. It didn't work out.
10 seconds remaining.
They did win that game. Sorry, spoiler alert, but I don't know which game it was anyway.
5 seconds remaining.
But the mid lane didn't work out. So that's why. But I'm kind of curious to see what kind of role he's going to play. Together with the Lifestealer, it's at least nice. Together with the Shadow Demon, even more so. So we know Shadow Demon is a great hero to set things up with. And Omni Knight is one of those heroes that works great together with that. So if you have a trial lane with the Shadow Demon, Lifestealer, and Omni Knight, could very well be an aggressive trial lane, by the way. Shadow Demon disrupts the target. Lifestealer moves towards the target. Omni Knight gets ready with the heal. If there's a Soul Catcher on there, there's going to be pure damage going through from that heal. And there is a sniper in the game. That's interesting. LeShrek picked up, by the way, by 3D Clan. That's not really an all too surprising pick. It's a nice hero together with the Nyx Assassin. If Nyx Assassin gets that stun at level 2, LeShrek Split Earth will be guaranteed to hit with that follow-up. Split Earth, which he has, and that could very well be a tri lane then. But we'll see how they're going to be doing it. I'm more surprised. I mean, eL'Pride, we saw them betting out the Anti-Mage, we saw them betting out the Rubik. They knew what they were going to do, so I am very curious to see how they are going to be doing this. Because, I mean, it feels like kind of one of those cookie strats. Cookie strats? No? That's not the way you say that. Oh well. You know what I mean. Like homemade? No. Also not. So one thing that you, by the way, have to know is that I've been not casting for like a week or so, week and a half, maybe even 2, I don't know. It was been way too long anyway. Yeah, so I haven't talked English in a while, so, you know, I don't know. It's, I'm rusty. Let's just say it that way. So let's see who's playing what for a 3D Clan, formerly known as Ice Climbers. Of course, it is Dread's team. He is going to be playing the Nyx Assassin for this game as a support by the looks of it. Actually, not entirely sure about that just yet. We'll find out what he has soon enough as we see Solo playing the LeShrek while he's going to be support. Nexus is going to be playing the Phantom Lancer. It will be Lolik playing the Bat Rider, who is going to go for the offlane by the looks of it, or at least a solo lane. He picked up a Stout Shield. Sharfik is going to be probably going mid to play the puck this game, as we are checking out eL'Pride, the team that has just lost Vegas, but will still do what it takes to try and get these 3 points that are up for grabs in this game for StarLadder Season 5. First game of the season. It is Hakon who is going to be playing the Shadow Demon, and I have been told that that's the way you pronounce his name. So Hakon, Shadow Demon, eL'Pride. He is going to be helped by Massacre, who is going to be playing the Omni Knight here.
Begins.
And they'll be having a safe trial lane by the looks of it. It will be Stark playing the Lifestealer on the bottom lane, and he actually went and Quelling Blade and Stout Shield, so he's really counting on that support from his team. We have Android playing the Enchantress. It looks, by the way, like eL'Pride is going to leave their top lane entirely open for now. It has been done before. It's not really something that is very new, even though personally, I'm not too fond of it yet. We have seen it work out like plenty of times, so don't get me wrong about that one. We see Adash, the stand-in, who is standing in instead of Vegas. We're going to see how he's doing. He's going to be their solid stand-in. Picked up headshot first. Is going to be going on that sniper and taking on Sharfik in the mid lane, which is basically the only lane that we're going to see an encounter here, because the rest is all PvE. People are just fighting creeps and trying to get last hits, and you can see all the last hits on the side lane. So it's gonna be normally, like as a caster, you try to find out where is gonna be the first blood. Well, for now, it basically has to be mid, unless someone is gonna try to gank elsewhere. As we see Adash already being harassed here plenty by these creeps. He did get pulled by his teammates though. I mean, he's got and a race band and 2 sets of tangos. Hakon and Massacre pull him with a bit of extra regen, but it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be having a fun time. But we'll see how he does. Sharfrick at least doesn't have a fun time either, because that tornado from the Enchantress is doing annoying stuff to him. I think we all know how annoying that can be. Oh, by the way, as you might have noticed, I might sound a bit more hollow than I normally do. That's because the apartment is empty, so there's like walls that bounce around the sound, and I'm hoping that's not too annoying. I'm also sitting a bit further away from my microphone than I normally am, so let me know if that works out for you. If not, I'll check the chat in 2 minutes and see if that's okay. And yeah, just an update, as you know, that I am in the middle of moving, so tomorrow I'll be in a different house, but for now it's still the same old house with the same old internet that I normally had, so, you know, just so you're aware. Anyways, Massacre in the meantime running around this mid lane slightly. I mean, so far it's very hard to gank up on the Puck. I mean, Puck is one of those escape artist heroes. I mean, you have got the phase shift, you've got the illusionary orb. You're an escape artist 101. You're gonna be surviving. For Sniper, however, I mean, he doesn't have any survivability for himself, or at least not an escape mechanism, so that's why we see heroes roaming around, sticking around, trying to or at least, help around, trying to set up ganks, apparently. In the meantime, by the way, top tier 1 tower is gonna get pressured. So we're just gonna follow up with these, because where are they gonna go? Are they gonna stack Ancients, or are they gonna wait until someone comes here to stack Ancients? I don't know, it's awkward. I mean, there's nobody on the top lane. Maybe they're waiting for someone to defend the top lane, the bottom lane instead. In the meantime, top lane, they're thinking, you know what? As long as there's nobody here, we're gonna get a level of Edict in eL'Pride, and we're gonna just push this tower. The same thing is gonna be done here now that they realize that there's nobody there. But you know, I was kind of hopeful that they would try and hold for first blood, maybe in mid lane. But then again, it's very hard to get. I just said that I shouldn't be expecting crazy stuff. In the meantime, looks like Omni Knight is playing with fire here. Has repelled to secure his life for now, but his tower is not going to be as lucky, because that's going to be the first tower to drop, and he will be solo picking up the gold there, as maybe we're going to see a tower going down here as well. Although the pushing power of these 3 heroes, even though they have an Enchantress that can pick up creeps, etc., is so much less than the pushing power of 3D, because, I mean, eL'Pride, even at level 1 Edict, that's doing so much damage to that tower. Wow, my camera work sucks also. Even though I practiced it, actually. Oh, the tower still goes down. It's slower, but, you know,
bottom tower has fallen.
Slow but steady is the way it goes. So far, again, it's this lane that's the only lane that has actually heroes seeing each other. We might have Nyx Assassin trying to do something. He at least guarded the haste rune for the Puck. Maybe Puck can do something with that haste rune. I mean, for Sniper, he's fine with the way it goes. Either he gets a kill set up for him, or he just farms. And since it's very hard to gank up on the Puck, he is just happy as long as he gets farm, and he is actually doing that. I mean, he is 16 for 12, might not be that ideal, but Sharfrick on the other hand is 9 for 7, so is actually doing a bit less well than A-Dash is. Oh, there's the heal helping out. Orb went in, and Sharfrick maybe tried to go on that if the heal wasn't there, but the heal was there, so that's a pretty solid escape. And that is a missed last hit from A-Dash, who was busy buying stuff in the shop. That is bad, but it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. So far he is ahead, so he is allowed to miss some. If we look at the 2 offlaners, I mean, we can of course compare the Lifestealer to the Phantom Lancer. Lifestealer is on 29 for 4, while we have got Nexus being on 35 for 4. Is it both for 4? Yeah, okay. So we have them fairly even on the knights, but in last hits it's just Phantom Lancer that is slightly ahead. Now we do have to note, it was the eL'Pride that got the tower money on the top lane, sorry. And the tower money actually got split out for the bottom lane. So that's a slight difference, meaning that Stalk actually got just a slight bit more money from that. I would believe his Lifestealer is gonna get a gank. Here also comes a haste rune, and he has not got his dream call yet though, but he still wants to try something. He has of course got his orb as well. He's trying to go for support, can't do it, disruptions there, and they can't do anything. And that was 3D, trying to go for something, trying to get something out of eL'Pride, maybe overextending to try and go for the tier 2. At the same time, they know that they leave the Phantom Lancer alone, but that's okay. He has got his double walk, he has an escape mechanism, so he is just fine. In the meantime, A-Dash still level 5, Puck still level 5. I mean, if Puck was level 6, that might have been a difference there, because that might have been a chance for him to drop his Dream Coil and get a kill, but even then, that would have been a rage from Sog, so I'm not too sure what they thought about that. thought about doing there. I mean, they didn't have any way of shutting anybody down apart from the Nyx Assassin's Impale, which actually, I think he TP'd after the Batrider, so it was a bit too late by that time. In the meantime, these two are just exchanging hit. I mean, normally we see Omni Knights. Well, I normally we don't see Omni Knights actually at all, so oh well. So when we do see Omni Knights, he needs, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that Omni Knights need a lot of farm and levels. I mean, they need those mana boots. Without them, they're just not as good. So he is trying to get that done on the top lane. Now that the tower is down, he has got some extra space, so he can actually do that. And I like seeing that. It's it makes me feel like he can actually be a bit more useful than I would have expected him to be. Okay, you can tell I'm not a big fan of Omni Knight, but you know, if sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just not too sure. I'm so far not convinced yet, but hey, Massacre might be able to turn my opinion around. Sharfik with a double damage wound. Can't really do that much yet though. I mean, the headshot is just too annoying, and you can't really dive through it to a tower or to where you know that the opponent can just TP to, since they don't have anything better to do anyway. Turn game sounds lower is the question. I can actually do that. I will do that. Oh. Boom! And that means that he has to go back or heal himself up, which he does because he has a bottle. I actually don't want to turn game sounds lower just yet because these two are just, you know, hanging around. There goes a sentry ward. Oh, I have the same sentry wards. I mean the same wards. They're nice. And it's nighttime, by the way, so he hasn't seen it yet. But he does know that since it is nighttime, this can happen. And now that he sees Omni Knight also, I mean, he's totally aware that something like this will happen. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna be safe. I'm actually gonna be lucky and pick up a regen rune on the bottom. And there's gonna be a smoke up by 3D. And they are gonna be going towards the mid lane. Let's see, this is gonna be teamfight. Here also comes a TP in from the Batrider. We're gonna see a first blood, I believe. Maybe even more, depending on who's gonna get lucky. There comes the disruption first, but the stun still hits up on the sniper. Repel helping out, Impale therefore not hitting. Open wounds up on the Shrek. The Shrek tries to TP out, won't be able to do it. It is A dash that picks up the first blood. Nexus trying to double walk himself away. Great dream call, hits on 3. It is the lifestealer that drops first. Nexus still gonna get a soul catcher on him, but will be able to escape. Last two in the meantime up on Massacre as the Batrider still drops, as well as Massacre after the Batrider drops, so he gets something in return for that. And Sharfik still gonna be having to run away. There's gonna be a hit, but that's not gonna kill him. Orb still flying through is also still helping to kill off the Shadow Demon. It is 3 for 2. So 3D Max, the one that we're initiating, were victorious in the end. Though I have to say, one thing is that Sniper actually got the gold for the first blood. So even though they got 2 kills, those 2 kills went to the Sniper. Now Sniper is a hero that is not picked up that often because he is one of those heroes that is not really... Well, you can shut him down fairly easy in the start of the game, but, you know, he needs a lot, and he needs a lot of farm. He gets both right now. He is gonna be a dangerous force to reckon with for 3D, though of course we've seen Phantom Lancers doing everything as well, so we'll see how he'll be standing up against that. But he actually has 1 kill, he has 2 assists, so that's still nice. But yeah, the first blood money and the 2 kills going to A-Dash will make a bit of a difference. If we check out net worth, it is actually the lifestealer that is very much in favor. That means I do think there has to be something in the courier. Because otherwise... Oh, look! I haven't seen him yet. The Fuser Blade is ready, by the way. And that's a kill, but we missed Phantom Lancer actually going down. Sorry, my courier obsession just lost us a kill. But that is the only Knight actually getting a kill and Phantom Lancer going down without his Diffusal Blade. Well, he'll get it the moment he gets back alive, and I'm actually gonna turn down game sounds as you request. Let's see if I can do that very quickly. Game sounds, audio.
Fleet feet.
There, game sounds lower. Haste turned up on the enchanters, and I hope this is better. They just have a speedy demon. I like this one better. Oh, no, that one. The Diffusal Blade is of course now up on the Phantom Lancer. And it is actually Phantom Lancer that is highest up on that worth. Closely followed though by a Sniper, and that's a difference. I mean, you had one free farming lifestealer on the bottom lane, but he actually has a solo mid that was actually against a hero, higher on farm, and that's also of course because of those 2 kills in the first blood lane that he just got. looks like they feel like, you know what, we're ahead, so we're gonna try to get some, well, get more ahead by taking down towers. We see A- building towards a Shadow Blade, an item that we see, of course, a lot more often on snipers. It gives him an escape mechanism, because as I said, he doesn't have one, and he wants one. So it's a common item to see up on him. As they do pick up the tower, it is Sog that picks it up. Orb still flying through. There's actually a Blink Dagger up on the Bedrider, just picked up by Lolik, so he's gonna look for an opening. Just needs to find out where and who. And they do have a ward here on the ground, so they see everybody. They just have to find a good opening, but as we see, I mean, it's gonna be tough. Solo is gonna be healed up by himself from his teammate, but you know, do you really want to go in there just yet? I mean, there's Omni Knight that still has his ulti up, that still has a lot of mana, still even have 15 stick charges, doesn't have mana boots, but 15 stick charges is pretty damn nice as well. So I don't know if they really want to go in or just continue farming. I mean, they do have a Phantom Lancer, so in theory they don't really need to go in. Did I accidentally say 3D Max? I meant 3D Clan. My bad. I mean 3D Clan. It's confusing because they share the same two letters at the start. I know. But yeah, 3D. I'm gonna try to call them 3D. And 3D Clan. Let's do it actually. 3D Clan. It will be good. Let's take a quick look at the gold graph. We see after the first team fight, it was going the way of... well, it was kept a bit even, I have to say. Of course, it was a bit in favor of a 3D for having an extra kill, and that's gonna be Dread, Invisibles, with his ulti, but it's already off again, and they will be able to quickly catch a glimpse of the next assassin, as his invisibility came off before the stack of Shadow Poison was off, and Shadow Poison, of course, gives vision, so they were able to see it. So that gank did not really work out as intended, and they're just forced to go back to farming. In the meantime, again, we're having 4 people, almost 5 again, as also Sniper is making his way back towards the mid lane, in the mid lane for eL'Pride, and they are gonna do stuff because they infested on the Sniper. It's not really a great hero to, well, actually, with the Shadow Blade, that's a great hero to infest on. Sentry wards all over the place, making sure that they can go there. Tower is gone, so this is going to be Bedrider in a lot of trouble. There's a jump out, and that's going to be Lolik going down, no doubt about that one. Solid play coming from eL'Pride. They knew what they wanted to do, and Bedrider just, well, wrong place, wrong time, I would say. I mean, there's a lot of people missing from the map. And this A-Dash with this extra range can just pick up the tower by himself, as in not get attacked, but that, with the backdoor protection now gone, they will trade towers. They will lose one on the bottom tier 1, with of course Solo, Dread and Sharpik pushing. But in the meantime, eL'Pride, they're just pushing mid, and they're just saying, you know what, we're gonna 5-man mid until you come to try and stop us. If you try and stop us, we'll try and kill off a couple of you and then just continue pushing. I mean, if you look at teamfight, because normally I would say something like, we'll teamfight you, but if you look at teamfight, the only real thing that eL'Pride has is this Guardian Angel of this Omni Knight. And maybe the heal of Enchantress can be counted, but yeah, teamfight wise, it's not that, I mean, both teams actually. Both teams are not that well decked of the teamfight abilities, as we have the Nexus being very careful. They realized this was all fakes, and their smoke hasn't been popped, so they're just gonna reveal themselves and probably just push the tier 1 tower, as it's the last one still standing on 3D. The only one tier 1 still standing on the side of eL'Pride. Oh, I can draw perfect circles, not. Roshan seems to be the choice of 3D, and I'm actually, I mean, this is two Russian teams. CIS teams, I do call them, actually. I'm not 100% sure if all of them are actually from Russia, all the players. But we're having 7 kills in 14 minutes. And for a Russian matchup, that's not that much. But hey, we're gonna have a good late game, probably. Not with that many teamfights. Like normally you have end late game and some teamfights, but I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna do it. It just feels to me like both teams are gonna try to pick off heroes, and they can do that with a lasso on one side and an infested lifestealer in a shadow bladed sniper on the other side, and then just push after that, like get stuff in return. And they're actually gonna give up Roshan for now, realizing that there's a lot of people missing from the map, but I don't... eL'Pride, they don't... Either they don't know what's going on or they don't want to challenge it. I don't think they know. This is... I mean, both of these teams are really playing their own game right now. If that makes sense. Like, 3D is doing what they want. They pick up Roshan. Of course, they would have loved to pick up more heroes. I mean, they have to build for that. They can lasso. They have got the Nyx assassin. I mean, he's an assassin after all, right? Need to assassinate people. But, I mean, they seem pretty okay with just having the Phantom Lancer farm for now. He's picked up a Diffuser Blade level 2. Something that, I don't know who said that, but like someone said, it was a player, a professional player, said that Phantom Lancer with Diffuser Blade level 2 is a must-have. So it's a pretty solid item, as you know, why not? You have that item slot anyway. And apparently fairly cost effective. They have a mechanism as well, so I've got some more team fight items. Other than that, I mean, we have the mana boots up on Dread. It's I mean, it's supporty items for the rest. It's basically the carries that it's on about right now. We have got Lifestealer in the meantime, picked up his Armlet, also a very
Radiant's middle tower is
secure
under attack.
normal build that we see from him. As it's gonna be a team fight here. Bedrider coming in from the side, there comes the Orb, gives a bit of vision. They need to find the initiation. He wants to try to pick up that Lifestealer, of course, so they can kill him off before the rest comes in. Before the heal comes in also from Omni Knight. We'll see. There goes a Repel. You have a Repel and a Rage. I mean, how much magic resistance do you want to have? But there is a lasso still. Can they actually save their Lifestealer? So far he's trying to eat up some people. Sharfik getting a lot of trouble, but there's the mechanism helping out. Nice Dream Pull. Actually Stark getting hit by that. It's the Shadow Demon that goes down first, and Chandra dropping at the same time. And there's the Guardian Angel only after 2 people already died. Massacre will still drop Infest from Stalk, but he is gonna be in a lot of trouble. Diffusal Blade charge. Oh, nice! That's actually saved by Lolik there. Flame Break knocks him off the high ground. He will be able to TP out. And that is a great fight for 3D Max. 3D Clan! My bad! See, confusing. But that was, it looked very orchestrated by 3D, and I don't think the eL'Pride was really ready for it. I mean, popping the Guardian Angel when 2 people were already dead was a bit awkward, in my opinion. It was the Enchantress and Shadow Demon that went down fairly fast the moment they showed themselves, and even though they didn't pick up the Lifestealer, it was still a great fight for them. They're gonna get 2 towers off the back of that one. Disruption, there goes Nexus, open wounds, but they have some kind of, yeah, there's a dust, he can't escape, and he will be going down, but he has the Aegis, so will be up again in just a moment's time. Can they do something about that? Doesn't look like it as 3D comes in to defend, and they actually want to go, they actually want to attack here. Lances hitting left and right, more illusions being created, Impale gonna hit up on A-dash, trouble, will be going down! Stalk on the way out now as well. Tower will still drop there. Last hit going to the Bedrider. Extra gold for him. 2,300 gold for him. And they actually backed off. That is what they came for. They got the tier 2 towers being even right now, by the way, after these 2 towers going down. And we have got the gold graph going in favor of 3D though. That's because of all those kills that just happened. Of course, experience graph will show the same thing. Actually a bit more than the gold graph does. Purely because there's not been that many kills, so there's not that much extra experience going around, apart from the creeps, as creeps is what you get even. Well, I'm sure you know what I mean. Yeah, saw some trouble here, some mana burn, but we'll be just fine. I mean, this is just harassment. This is gonna be Brute Mother effect from Phantom Lancer. So he having his illusions push, and not even being there for himself. But if you leave him alone, your towers will go down, and if you try to defend, you'll actually be still having a difficult time up against his illusions. I mean, Phantom Lancer. It's Phantom Lancer. What else can I say about that, right? Not really all too much extras than that, to be fair. A-dash in the meantime, picked up a Yasha. I mean, we did see he went down so fast. He didn't have a repel. He got stunned by the Nyx assassin, and there was just no saving him. And that's the problem with Sniper. And I'm curious to see how they're going to be dealing with that, as they do make sure that there's not going to be a gank up on him. He needs that farm. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He needs farm. So he needs to make sure that he can farm safely. So it's map control, that's the name of the game. We have got a sentry board, but there's also observer board placed right next to it, so that one can still get counterworded. Though I have to say, this one actually, they don't see each other. Or actually, that sentry board doesn't see this observer board, so they actually have to actually walk up the high ground, even though the exclamation mark comes off from Sharfik. So maybe he does know. No, I don't think he should. But they're gonna check. Perhaps they saw someone moving there. Yeah, they will go there. See, they couldn't see it, but now they do. Sorry, I just switched vision to see what 3D Clan was actually seeing compared to what, well, to what was shown on the map for us. Looks like they're gonna go for the tier 1 tier 2 tower top. I mean, it's just a matter of like pushing down all towers, and after that getting another Roshan and pushing down into to the barracks. I mean, you don't want to really give Sniper that time to farm up, though it's not that bad if he does, because there's of course a Phantom Lancer. But if you're feeling ahead, you might as well try to stick ahead, keep pressure up on your opponent team just to make sure that they can't farm. And that of course will put you more ahead in time as well. Just well, limit their area where they can farm. It's that simple. It goes to slow up on Sharvik, but you can just phase shift. It should be fine. As we do have the tower being taken down fairly low already, and that was the fortification already going off as well. The Shrek picking up a Ghost Scepter, just making sure that he can stay alive. Last to A-dash trouble, Repel still there, but the Impale! It's just too much. Sniper dies instantly, and there is gonna be Hakon not being able to do that much either, trying to get himself away. Buyback from the Sniper, will be back again, but the Shadow Demon already going down, Massacre already dropping as well. Now A-dash, he is gonna die for the second time in only a matter of a minute's time. Dread now is gonna be in some trouble. One Impale left to take him down as Android trying to get himself out of trouble, but that was the last one to take down for 3D, so they were all on top of him. And that's gonna be an ultra kill going for Nexus. I mean, it's only 22 minutes in, but this Phantom Lancer is already doing the Phantom Lancer stuff that we know Phantom Lancers love to do, just killing everybody and just creating illusions. I mean, yeah, not too big of a fan of the Phantom Lancer, maybe. Oh, Shadow Demon, you're dead. Massacre, I'm not sure why you were sticking around that long. And he is gonna actually drop as well, and he's gonna get chased, and there we go, no heal in time. That's a double kill again, after an ultra kill already. And they could actually try to push more. The rest of his team already backed off. They're going towards mid, maybe trying to push somewhere there. Maybe trying to defend their tier 3, but so far, I mean, they just got an ultra kill. They could have tried to go for more, I feel like, but they don't. They take it safe. Take it slow, but look at the difference in net worth already. I mean, you have got, of course, it is one main carry against two, so you have Life Zero and Sniper, of course, a bit of two main carry-ish heroes, taking on a Phantom Lancer. But is it gonna be enough is the question. I am not sure. So far the difference in net worth is, I mean, he's almost got more than the two of them combined, which is very troublesome. But we'll find out soon enough. As in the meantime, I mean, we have got 16 for 5. That means that we should have a couple of people that haven't died yet. Sharvik hasn't died yet. I mean, he didn't farm that much in that mid lane earlier, but he didn't die. And was able to I mean, he can just continue to build up on that, and he's already the escape artist, so he actually opted to go for a bit of a more supporty role by the looks of it, which is probably the result of him not getting that much farm in that mid lane. But he's got a Veil, he's got a mechanism, and that means that they have got some extra team fight that eL'Pride is lacking still so far. I mean, their team fight consists of that Guardian Angel, and so far, I mean, Massacre has died fairly fast. A-dash has died fairly fast as well. I mean, twice in a row. I mean, that is just so much farm down the drain. And TPing back into the middle of that, I mean, wasn't the greatest decision either. But it is, I mean, I have to say, I mean, we have to give credit to the guy. He's playing with a team that he hasn't really played that much before, I would believe, in the past. Since, of course, he's replacing Vigos. That's big shoes to fill. But, yeah, decision making could be better. Let's see, bottom tier 2, last one tier 2 that's still standing, 3D, they just want to take it down. I don't blame them, it's like free gold waiting to happen. Ghost Scepter. Make sure that he can just stand next to the tower, not getting attacked. Nice one there, and tower just, I mean, it melts. What else can it do? Another Ghost Scepter up on the Bat Rider, who now also has a 4-staff. I mean, what else can we expect from those people? As we're gonna see a tier 3. This time they wanted to take the fight here. Last soon, blink in. It's again A-dash as the target. Here also comes Talk though. He comes in A-dash already going down. It is a Stark that tries to do something, is able to pick up the Nyx Assassin as Only Knight drops on the sidelines, but Stark going down for that as well. It's Nexus that gets the kill and the GG well play gets called. I mean that was just giving up 4 heroes just so that Stark could pick up a support. GG gets called, and as I said at the start of the game, this is all best out of ones. This is StarLadder Season 5. Everybody faces each other once. You get 3 points if you get a win, so it is 3D clan that gets themselves 3 points. And at the end of the season, the top 4, with the top 4 points that is, will get invited to Kiev to battle it out amongst them, those 4, for the grand finals of the StarLadder and best out of 3 double elimination bracket. But we're not so far. I mean, this was only the first game of the season, and we're gonna have 3 more games coming up tonight. The next one up is Power Rangers taking on Empire. And I do believe that a lot of you people have already seen the screenshot that's been taken from Scandal's recent matches. There's been a lot of silencers, so I'm really hoping that he's not gonna be banned out this time. Though I would imagine that Power Rangers also saw that screenshot, so
middle tower is under
alas. Well, we'll find out. We'll see if they're comfortable in facing a silencer. I mean, silencer is a good hero, especially with that global silence. I mean, it has so much impact on the team fight. I guess it's also a bit of situational with your opponent. Anyway, let's just get into that game first before I'm already starting to talk about that one. By the way, my name is Sheever. If you want to support me, then you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube, which is youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can also, of course, follow me on Twitch, which is SheeverGaming, where you're watching right now. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @SheeverGaming. You can follow me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/SheeverGaming. I know, I'm very original with names. It's great, isn't it? And, oh yeah, you can also subscribe. I have a subscribe button actually on Twitch as well. And, one last, call out tomorrow. Oh, actually, no, I didn't lag. I am not even gonna say anything. Anyway, jump ourselves into the next game. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Game between PR and Empire coming up next.